Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Marilyn and my channel's Making with Marilyn. Now I do all things crafty, but on today's video, I'm participating in a challenge by Heat Transfer Warehouse. So they sent me a bunch of things that I could use on my project. So if you're interested in seeing what they sent and what I did with it, keep watching the video. Now special thanks to Heat Transfer Warehouse for including me in the challenge. The first thing I want to do is show you the materials that I received and explain the challenge. I received this generous sized tote bag from them. I love this handle. That is so cute. So here's all the materials that I can use, but I don't need to use all of these on the bag. These first four are Wallet Cut Express HTV. Then we have some Thermoflex Plus. And then we have a bunch of Easy Weed. Some of them metallic, some not. And then lastly, I thought this was beautiful. This is a Wallet Cut Patterns, and it's called Glitter Wavy Lines. Now the challenge was to take one of your favorite superheroes or villains and use them as inspiration for your design. Well, our family loves Marvel movies. And so I'm going to go on one side with a Captain America theme, and then on the other side, I'm going to do something based more in reality. Let me jump over to the computer and show you my designs. Now that I'm in Cricut Design Space, I want to show you my design. I chose Captain America as the inspiration for this challenge. Now, Captain America started as a character in Marvel comic books, and now he's also a popular character in Marvel movies. His outfit and his shield include aspects of the American flag, so for my tote bag design, I used characteristics from Captain America's shield and the American flag, and I made this. Now the blue circle and the white star are a focal point of Captain America's shield as well as my design. Then I used the red and the white circles from his shield, made most of them really small, duplicated them several times, and then I arranged them in a way to mimic the red and white stripes on the American flag. Now I'm going to put this design on one side of my tote bag, and then I'm going to put this on the other. So this other side that'll say Let's Roll, that's based on a real American hero, Todd Beamer. If you're not familiar with who this is, Google it for more details. Now I went ahead and weeded everything, and I cut everything on Everyday Iron-On except for this patterned vinyl. And I cut that on Glitter HTV setting. Everything weeded beautifully. Now I need to do this in layers, and I'm going to start on the Captain America side. And the way I did my design, I need to do the blue layer first, then it really doesn't matter if I do the white layer or the red layer. We'll just see how I feel. Now I'm going to start with the blue layer. So between each layer, I'm going to look at the instructions. So on this Thermoflex Plus, it says 330, 15 seconds, medium to firm pressure, and it's a warm or a cold peel. So between every layer, I'll check the instructions of what I'm using. Now, because I'm going to be heating multiple times, I'm probably going to use less time than what they say for the first layers. Then at the end, I'll give it a good pressing. So we're starting at 330 degrees. It says 15 seconds. Again, I'm just going to try to tack it all on, so I'll probably start with 10 and see if that works. So even though the first layer is the blue layer, I kind of need to set everything down and see where it should go. Okay, I think that's pretty good placement, so I'm just going to go ahead and peel off the layers, leaving the blue layer down. So I'm going to use my Teflon sheet, 330 medium to firm pressure. All right, said it was a warm or a cool peel. All right, see it's trying to lift up there just a little bit. So at this point, I decided I needed firmer and more even pressure, so I moved to the heat press. I probably could have used a pressing pill with my Cricut Easy Press, but I moved over to my heat press. Now to cool down each layer more quickly, I use this tile. So I'm pulling off the backing, and this one required a little bit more of a heavy hand to pull it off, but it came off okay. Now between each layer, I made sure that I read the instructions for that layer. I knew what time to use, and I adjusted the temperature to the correct temperature for each layer. So here I am doing the red layer, and you can see me being me. I made several adjustments to it. So I used a Teflon sheet between most of these layers before I pressed. And here I go with the tile again. It just helps to cool it down a lot more quickly. So once that was cooled off and I pulled the backing off, it came off very, very easily. So it was time for the white layer. So I put my star down, and then I put my stripes made of circles down, and I noticed there was some overlap. So I cut away the excess backing, and then I made sure that the white vinyl was all touching my project. There goes that Teflon sheet again, and it's time to press. So I press this one, and again I'm going to use that tile to cool it down. I pull the backing off, and again this one came off very, very easily. So at this point I wanted to give it one more good pressing. So I put my Teflon sheet back over it, and I give it that final press. All right, I think that side turned out really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and do the other side. So now it's time to do the back side, and I realized I hadn't cleaned it yet. So I used my lint brush and I cleaned off all the excess fibers, and then I pre-pressed it to get rid of excess moisture and to get a smooth surface. Once again, I'm using some metallic HTV, and of course I'm adjusting because that's what I do. And finally I got it to where I wanted it, and I pressed it for the required time and temperature. Once again, I brought out my tile, I got it cooled off, and you're going to see that the backing came off of this one not quite as well as the others. It's pulling up the vinyl a little bit on the edges. I probably didn't wait long enough, but I thought I'm going to do another pressing. It'll lay down better that time. So I put my pattern HTV on, the one that has some glitter on it, and I did my final layer. Now this one didn't have to cool down, so I took my backing off. It came off pretty easily, but I still had a little bit of pull-ups on that silver metallic HTV. Hopefully on this last layer it comes out okay. Now here's the main part of my design. I love how that turned out. Now, did I get it lined up perfectly? I did not, but it looks adorable. Captain America inspired without being just the shield of Captain America. And then the other side is really cute too. Now I do want to let you know, when you're using a metallic vinyl, if you put your Teflon sheet on afterwards and press it again, you're going to get texture in there. I happen to like that, but if you want it to look smooth, you're only going to press it with your carrier sheet on, then you're not going to repress it with a Teflon sheet. So this is inspiration to me. I think the kids at school, when I carry this, they're going to recognize what that is. Who knows? Maybe it'll even be a conversation starter for us. So thanks so much for joining me, and until my next video, bye-bye.